we talked before that close to the...
You didn't greet me, Benjamin.
Oh, sorry. Hello, James.
How are you?
I'm good. Phyllis, we talked before about the woman, right? About the beast or something like that, right? That is, things happen thousands years ago until nowadays. But this time we're talking something close to the end of the time, end of the period. So close to the end of the period, we Phyllis talked before that the world become economically very rich. But nowadays, you look at the world, it seems to be on the downside, right? So will it happen like that? In my guess, I don't think in this way. I think this is, we can foresee the end of the period because nowadays the economical situation seems run down. But this run down because those countries are trying to, those countries, especially the United States and China, try to be raising.
Yeah, they're raising
right?
each other.
Yeah, raising each other. And no one want to be behind.
Right.
But the disaster now in China, it become like China has to push up itself to not win the race, but at least
not fall back too
not
much.
fall back too much, right?
Yeah.
And
not being kicked out of the game, right?
yeah, and this become what the condition will be seems worse.
It'll be worse than in time.
Worse than
because
time.
you can't do it forever. Correct?
Yeah, yeah. So in these few years, they will try to push it up, push up and push up. This push up is a little bit like commit suicide. And that want to commit suicide, that power will push them up until the day it cannot be, until the day it collapses. So that day collapse is the end of the period. That's what I foresee. So I guess still until now the economic situation, it will push up. It will push
So
up.
you think this year is the first year of the 7 years?
Yes, I think this is the year of the first year. And everybody, like common people, they look at the disasters that they feel, oh, it's bad, something like that. But you see in the world, there's some group, they predicting the GDP about the country, something like that. They didn't downsize China too much. They only downside 1% on this disaster, right? And they foresee the disaster will pass away very soon. Once it pass away, then the economic still boom up.
It will be up again.
It will be up again, right? So like only common people, like normal people, afraid of that. But if you can foresee the future, you don't feel like that, right? So I tell you, I still thinking this year the economical situation will push up, but this push up is like commit suicide. Yeah. So after a few years, when they collapse, you know what happened. So if you got money, don't worry, buy some stocks.
It will be good for 7 years.
Yeah, it will good for 7 years.
But after 7 years, you got know where to spend them.
Well, you just look at the market and then you sell it in time. That's fine. That's fine, right? I'm not talking you better make money. I don't do that, right? Although I foresee that, but I don't do that. But I tell you, this is the economic will go up and down in this way. Not like common people, oh, this is disaster. No, it's not that. So in the beginning of the Revelation, this book telling us what is the purpose of reading this book. Will you read the paragraph?
Of course.
Revelation.
Blessed is he that read, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
In the second one.
Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keeps the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
Yeah. This paragraph, one is in the beginning of the book, and one is in the end of the book. They also talking about the prophecy, and also talking about the blessing, right?
People who follow.
Yeah, who follow, the prophecy, right? So that, this we read nation actually is talking something about future.
Right.
It's still future, not now.
Right.
Not us now.
Our future.
Our future,
Yeah.
right? So I guess it's after this 7 years economical situation booming, then you see that future. But you follow that prophecy, and then you get blessing. So first of all, you got to understand what happened, what to follow, right?
What are those prophecies, right?
Yes, yes. Otherwise, how can you follow? You don't follow, you don't get blessing.
You don't get blessed.
That blessing is not you buy stocks and you win money, right? Bible don't make this as value. They don't think this is valuable.
Yeah, your wealth on the sky. It's in the sky. Your wealth, not
in
here.
the sky. So the rest we talk about the chapter 4. First of all, we talk about the chapter 4 of.
So you will actually tell us about those instructions clearly, right? Like what to follow later.
Yeah, later we talk year by year like that. So which year we have to follow what?
I feel like you're a fortune teller. This year, southwest. Go to that direction. You'll get wealth.
But we're talking about like 10 years, 7 years later, right? Not next year or not next month. Maybe after these 7 years, you forget what I'm talking about. Hopefully you don't, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
The one highlighted?
Well, we have to read the whole page.
Everything?
But you can jump it.
Yeah. I heard you just. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will tell thee things which must be hereafter.
Yeah, and then you talk about your language. It's okay.
I can because I never read it. That's why. And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. I could read it very fast.
Yeah.
And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow round about the throne, and in sight like unto an emerald. And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seat I saw 24 elders sitting. He said elders. He didn't say leader.
Yeah, it's a mistake. This translation is a mistake.
Clothed in white raiment, and they had on their head crowns of gold. And out of the throne proceed lightning and thundering and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. So they look like different things. One looked like lions, one looked like a calf, one looked like face as a man, and the fourth one looked like a flying eagle. Yeah. And the 4 beasts, each of them have 6 wings, and they they are full of eyes within, and they just keep saying, Holy, 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 like Lord God Almighty, which was and is to come, day and night, right? Yeah. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him and sat on the throne, who live for ever and ever. And then I think this, you didn't read it, so it should be important. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
So something
and
like...
the main ideas, they go angels. They call holy, holy, holy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Day and night,
this paragraph is talking about what it looked like in when God's person present in the sky, right? Actually, there's a seat right? It's like a marble, something like that, like a
Crystal.
treasures,
Receipts,
stone, something like
Right,
that.
right, right.
And there's a glass sea,
Yes.
right? So there's 24 leaders, 24 guys. They translate elder is not elderly people. Yeah, actually, this is not. It's talking about the leader, but they guess leader must be old. Leader may not be look old, right? They may be old, but they may not look old.
It should be timeless. It should be
That doesn't mean anything. Old people doesn't look good at all. Young people look better. That's what I think, right? But everybody has their own taste. Doesn't matter. Okay, okay. That's 4 angels. Look like beasts, right? They look like
Different
some kinds of animals, but they are angels, right?
Okay.
Those angels are important. The looking of the angels is important.
So you explain later.
Yeah, later,
Okay.
right? We're talking one by one the angels, so we know what it represent.
Right.
So what happened in the heaven look like that, and those angels is worshiping God. Why they worship God? In what case they worship God? Is when the human has somebody find out the commandment. Whenever the human find out the commandment, there's in the sky there's some beast will worship God.
Celebration.
Yeah, celebration. Actually, it's a celebration. What they celebrate is what happened in the human world.
On the ground.
Yeah, on the
It's
ground.
like our announcements.
Yes.
It's like an announcement,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, like the purpose of God in human society is to find out somebody
Enlightened soul.
enlightened soul, right? Find out the commandment, right? This is what the purpose of God in human. And wherever it's achieved, right? Like one get it, then in the sky there would be a celebration, and close to the end of the period, that celebration period will be
More frequent.
more frequent. Like you say, oh, in the sky there's no time, right? But we look at that, okay, as a human, we look at that like that, okay. In the sky doesn't happen like that. So in the sky they worship day and night. But in human, we look at it like every time one human get the commandment and the sky get the celebration.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the nature of We Went Nation. We Went Nation is not only talking about what happened in human society. They also related it to the sky. You have to relate it so that you understand We Went Nation. Otherwise, you read one paragraph to the other paragraph, you don't know why. Suddenly they talk about the sky, suddenly they talk about the human society, right? Like before we talked about that woman sitting on the beast. Like the beast represent the king in the human society, and they also represent the evil spirit, right? It's like they mix it up, like the We Went Nation. They mix up together the sky and the human society. So we have to understand what happened in the sky and what happened in the society. Which paragraph talking about the sky, or they represent both, and you have to separate it, and you get an idea of what they're talking about. Okay? Yeah, this time talk.
That's
Finish.
it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
All right. See you next time.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.